Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a guide on how to deal with hordes that are coming in the 0.95 update. Now, to deal with the horde, you first need to deal with the puppet, okay? And how to deal with the puppet is basically just wait for him to start his animation and then move left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Left, right, left, 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 right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, so that's how you deal with the puppet. Okay, there's a lot of ways to deal with the puppet, but to stay close to a puppet is always a good idea. Like, you can deal with the puppet like this. So I start his animation, start his animation, start his animation, start his animation, but I'm not in range. But if I move sideways, I am still close to the puppet. Okay. So now that you know how to easily deal with the puppet, and of course with a bow, you can just let the puppet get very close to you, shoot it with an arrow. But let's look at way number 1 to deal with the horde. Okay, the hordes that they're going to spawn in the game is not going to be massive, all right? So the first way you can get rid of a horde is just by running through bushes. They will lose sight of you when you run through bushes, okay? As soon as they lose sight of you, they won't know where you are anymore. Now, this guy clearly saw me up until there, okay, where I lost the others. So I can clearly just take out this knife and then take care of him. Okay. Another thing I can do is shoot my gun. Okay. I can shoot my gun when I'm close to a bush. So we're just going to get close to a bush quickly. So we're going to shoot over here. We're going to take the suppressor off. So, puppets will always come to where you made the noise. Okay? So, remember that you can run through bushes because they're going to lose sight of you. And they will always come to where the noise came from. So, you can make a noise on one side of a bush. Okay? Like I stood there. And now you can exit the bush and we can just go away from them. Okay, so let's try this again. We're going to get into the bush. We're going to spawn them right here. Okay, so there's the horde. The hordes in 0.95 won't be massive. But what we're going to do is we're going to let them lose sight of us. Run through the bush. Let them lose sight of us. They've lost sight of us. Now we're going to shoot our gun here. And we're going to get into this bush. And they will always come to where the noise was. So you gather them all there. And you keep the bush between you and them. And there you go. Let's look at the next way. Okay. So the third way you can get rid of a horde or manage a horde is if you get onto a roof by climbing the door and getting onto a roof. A slanted roof like this is a very, very, very safe option. Okay. Very safe option because they can't get to you. Okay? They cannot get to you. So we can attract all of them on this side, okay? We can get all of them over here. Shoot our gun here. And exit like that. Okay, let's look at the fourth way. Now, walls and little roofs, low flat roofs, like the the food shop and stuff like this. Flat roofs, flat surfaces, especially a wall, doesn't always work, guys. Okay. It's not always going to safeguard you from puppets because they can jump, okay? As you can see, they are jumping. Now, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but it's not always a great idea to use low, flat surfaces where you can get into trouble. Because they can jump, okay? They can jump. Like, they can't jump now, but if I get close to this surface, they're going to try and use that to jump with, okay? And then they can get on top of you. So if you're on a flat surface, please be aware that they can get onto flat surfaces. Another way to get rid of a horde in a very, very sketchy situation is over rocks, okay? So you can jump over rocks because that will force them to jump over the rocks, okay? And jumping over rocks slows them down and it hurts them, okay? As you can see, we've already lost those guys, but he's going to jump. He's going to jump and he's going to hurt himself, okay? Every time he jumps, he slows down and he hurts himself, losing speed, giving you time to get away from him, okay? And the thin puppets will even die because they're jumping too much. You see, there he passed out. Just that little bit of passing out gives me time to run through a bush, and he doesn't know where I am anymore. So vision is very, very important. Another fantastic way to get rid of puppets is water. Okay? So here we are. Hello, guys. Now, if you're going to try this, just make sure that you don't weigh too much, okay? I've got 4.5 strength. If you start with 3 strength, you can't hover above the water. You can't be above the water with less than, with more than 17%, okay, gear weight, but it does depend on your strength. And then, yes, they will die at some point due to drowning. And then when they drown, you can search them. You can still search them. Okay? And get whatever you want. Like, we know puppets do give us screwdrivers at the moment. They can give you batteries for your night vision. Okay? So that's another great way to get rid of them. Gather them all up. You know? Like, if a horde spawns on you, use these tactics. If there's too many puppets around you, gather them all up, come into the water. Another great way to get rid of a horde is with small items, okay? A rock, a can, it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna take a can here, okay? We've got a can, we drank the can because we don't want to waste the can. But now we're keeping the can because with the can we can build a barbecue. Okay, we can craft a barbecue at our base, which is going to help us quite a bit. So if we examine it, we can see we can build, craft a barbecue, explosive arrow. We can craft some cool stuff, but we can use it versus a horde as well. Okay, so just going to see if I can not let them see me. That's going to be quite important. So let's just go here. Okay, so those guys don't know where I am at the moment, but if I throw the can... Okay, that's not good. Now they've heard me. See, now they've heard me. So let's try this again. We're just going to try this again. We're spawning a can again. Whether it's an empty can or a whole can, doesn't really matter. Take it in our hands. Spawn in the 10 puppets. And all we do now is we throw the can. And they all go to where the noise went. And most of them will look to where the noise came from. Okay? Unfortunately, a few of them saw me now. But I can still use that to my advantage. Like, if they don't know where I am. Okay? If they don't know where I am. Just activate my throwing hand here. They will go to where the noise came from. Okay, and then we can manage them like that. So remember, cans, stones, whatever you want, you can manage them like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just remember... Just remember that puppets will be able to jump, okay? Puppets will be able to climb through windows, and they will be able to open up doors, okay? Remember that. But you can use all of these weaknesses against them. But if you run out of options, a gun is always a good idea. And then you're always leveling up your rifle skill. Okay? So remember, after the 0.95 update, they will be able to open up all the doors and they will be able to vault through a window. If you can vault through a window, they will be able to vault through a window. So please, if you've got any tactics that you like using, please leave it down in the comments below. Okay? so that people can use it. And yes, remember vision. Vision, vision, vision. Okay, that guy just busted my vision. I hope you guys have fun, and I'll see you guys in the update. Cheers.